Welcome to the Talk Exchange podcast. It's your boys Nick and Francis in the building.
In the building once again.
And I'm always excited to be here with you, man, because we always have a good time.
Always, man. Great topics, you know what I mean? Great conversations. Great talk exchange.
Yeah. That's it, man. Keep the brand going, you know.
Keep the brand going, you know?
Yeah, that's
what's
it.
up.
That's it. So how's your day, man?
Hey, day was good, man. Not bad. You know what I mean? Just happy to be in good health and happy to be able to come into a studio where I can discuss, nice things with the homeboy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just shoot the crap.
Absolutely, man. Sounds good, man. My day, busy as usual.
Really?
But always try to make it happen. Always make time for this for sure. 100%.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. And we got a good topic we're going to talk about today.
Okay. So what we got? What we got on the table?
What we got on the table is, now I've been in relationships where I was really into that relationship and got cheated on.
Oh, man.
Now, especially in my earlier days.
Listen, I'm not going to pretend like I don't know those stories.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, man. And especially when it first happens, like your first time and you first go through that experience, man, that was devastating.
Man, I can only imagine. Only imagine.
So the topic is, can you recover after being cheated on?
I mean, yeah, you can definitely recover after you've been cheated on. Like, how do you feel since that happened?
You know what? The first time I was going through like a lot. I just didn't even understand what was happening. You know what I mean? And I grew up in the, and let me start with, I grew up in the church. So I grew up a little bit more sheltered.
Yeah.
And so when that first happened, man, I'm telling you, it was crazy. Like,
wow.
I didn't deal with it well. I didn't know how to deal with it. So it was really tough. I stayed in the relationship.
Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, that was the wrong thing to do.
Damn.
Now I know, but like,
so hold on a second, because I know you've told me, but you never told me like in depth. So you got cheated on, you found out, and you stayed in the relationship.
Stayed in the relationship because I'm thinking, okay, well, she made a mistake.
Oh man, so many we could talk about. She made a mistake.
Yeah, so that was my mistake actually for staying there.
Wow.
Because I further got cheated on.
Oh my God, man.
But I mean, it's one of the things. Did I recover? I think I made myself recover. But I wasn't really, if you know what I mean. Like mentally, I was still always thinking about it. But you know how some things happen to people and they kind of just put it in on the backs of their mind.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they continue like everything's okay. And I think so that's kind of what happened to me. And because I grew up like that, like in terms of like being sheltered and just knowing that you meet a person, and that's what was my thoughts anyway. Gotcha. You meet a person, you love them, they love you back. It's a white picket fence. You guys are together forever, and that's it.
Well, I mean, that's the ideal dream for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Everybody would love to have that type of a relationship in a fairy tale fantasy of a relationship, but unfortunately, that's not real life.
Yeah, especially today.
Especially today.
Yeah.
Especially today.
I know you said you've been in that situation too as well.
Well,
did you recover?
No, I haven't been in that situation.
You've never been cheated on?
To my knowledge.
To your knowledge, okay.
To my knowledge, right? So to my knowledge, I've never caught anybody. I haven't caught the people cheating. I've never been in a situation where, oh my God, I'm begging for forgiveness, saying I made a mistake. Or they made a mistake. So yeah, to my knowledge, I haven't. But only God knows what happens, because the people you're with, you're not around them 24/7, right?
Yeah.
But I have been hurt. I have been hurt in the fact where it's like, a breakup takes place, you know what I mean? Like, especially in my earlier days, like it hurts, the feeling where you can't eat, can't sleep, your stomach hurts, you know what I mean? You don't want to eat, you're losing weight, like that type of stuff. Yeah. That happened to me in my earlier days. And, even if you, compare that or if you want to like use that in a scenario of cheating, the bottom line is people are hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And can you recover? Yes, you can to a certain extent, because time is the great healer of almost everything.
Yeah, you're right. Time does heal almost everything.
Almost.
Yeah,
That's
right.
why I say almost.
but giving like everybody's different. So some
Yeah.
people are in a relationship and they look for a reason, and well, not a reason to cheat, but they look for evidence of cheating.
Oh, for sure.
You know
for
what I mean?
sure.
And like I know you for a while. We've been boys for a minute.
Yeah.
And I know, you're kind of like me. Like in the first little bit, like my younger days, I would check on the phone or whatever the deal is.
I'm not like you, Nick. I'm sorry.
No. What I'm saying is
Check on the phone.
No. What I'm saying is now, like I don't do that. Like I leave people be.
But before
what I mean?
I never did that before.
I know.
Okay.
You leave people be.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you like that now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So for people that was doing what I was doing before, they check. And I know a lot of women do this.
Of course, for sure.
They check the phone, whatever the deal is, and they find something.
Yeah.
And
guys too.
Oof. So the fact that we don't do that, it's kind of harder to find out if that person is cheating.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you leave them be.
Exactly.
You don't really. So it's easy for that person to cheat because you're not checking in on them.
Yeah, easy.
Like
but at the end of the day, too, even if you check, if somebody's going to cheat, they're going to cheat. And there is nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Unless you have them handcuffed to your hands all day, every day.
Yeah.
If somebody's going to cheat, they're going to cheat.
They're going to cheat. And that's what my synopsis was back then. And that's why I changed the way I operate.
Yeah.
So, before I'm not checking in on, I was checking in on a lot of stuff, but now I'm not checking in on anything. Because I found out it doesn't matter what you do. You could be following that person all day, all night. They will find a way to get out of that.
If somebody wants to cheat, they'll cheat.
They will cheat.
You know what I mean?
So, and I think that turns some people on.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
The fact that they're getting tracked, no, because
I'm not sure.
I've actually been on those situations too, where that girl is not happy because I'm not checking in on them.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm not checking if they're cheating. I'm not checking if they're whatever. They think they're looking at that like I don't care.
Hold on, what type of? Are you serious?
Absolutely serious.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very different. I don't have time for that because that's probably another disorder of its own.
Yeah.
Like who wants
disorder?
No, that's crazy. Like who wants to be upset because the person's not checking to see if they're cheating?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Some people relate that to that person cares. The person, they will say the reasoning behind that. They will say like, you don't even care if I'm cheating or not. You don't check up on me. You're not mad if I'm going out or whatever the deal is. Like it's intense that way.
Listen, I've dated, in the past, before getting into a serious, relationship that, over 2 decades and so forth. People are kind of like fascinated to the fact that you don't really care, right?
Yeah.
But for me, in my situation, they never got mad that I'm not checking up on them.
Yeah.
They were just curious, like, does he really like me like that?
Right.
How come you don't like me like that? Like, so you don't care if I go out with my guy friend? So it's not really like, you're not checking up on me. You're not checking to see if I'm cheating, but just the fascination, just like, what's up with this guy?
Yeah.
And sometimes when you don't care, sometimes they love you more.
Yeah.
Because you're not showing insecurities and jealousies, which can be a huge turnoff.
Right.
If it goes on for a prolonged period of time.
Yeah.
Because who wants to be with somebody where you have to constantly explain yourself and fight for nothing?
Yeah.
I'm going to the store. My phone rang. I didn't want to answer in front of you because I felt like answering it when I'm driving.
Yeah.
Why are we arguing about that? But who is that? You don't want to answer it in front of me, eh?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? And then if I do answer in front of you, hey, what's going on, man? How's everything going? All right, cool. So listen, I'm just actually at home right now, but let me call you back later.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how you kind of cut it short. So
hey, you know what? There's a fine line with that because that now that's becoming like toxic, no?
That it becomes toxic.
Yeah, because like you said, like over a prolonged period of time, that
Who
happening.
Wants that?
It's toxic.
There are people that I know that are in these relationships and they're still in the relationship.
I was about to say that. Why do some people stay in that?
Dude, I'm all about the freedom 55.
Right.
I want my freedom. I don't need that type of stress.
Yeah.
If I ever come across a girl that I'm dating or interested in the future, in the past, like I don't even tolerate that. There's no room for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're right. Some people do actually go and check because of insecurities. Like if you get cheated on, if you got cheated on in the past, it was really, really bad. I can see why somebody goes into a new relationship and always has those things in mind,
Right.
which makes them very insecure and which makes them want to double check and triple check
Right.
because they don't want to be hurt again.
Yeah.
But that is wrong, because why bring your previous baggage into this plane when you don't need to bring it into this plane?
Yeah. It will ruin certain things that
Of
don't need to be ruined,
course.
right?
Definitely.
I'm quite the opposite. I'm not going to I don't check people's phones. Nothing.
Neither do I.
There's certain things now that growing up,
Yeah.
that I've learned that it doesn't matter what you do. Someone's going to cheat, they're going to cheat. So I don't need to search for anything. Something will come up.
It'll come up. Sometimes
Something will come up.
Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
And you know what? If it's meant for you to find out, yes, it just comes up.
Yeah.
If it does not, then you know what? Sometimes what you don't know does not hurt you, does not affect you.
Right. There's certain routines. When you know a person, you've been with them for a while, there's certain routines that you know about them.
Some.
You know?
But then
Yeah.
some you can be with them, sleep with them, have children with them, and you find out that they belong to the mob and they kill people for a living and still come home and be nice to your daughters
Yeah.
and your sons. So sometimes you don't really know.
Yeah.
And sometimes you know that then you find out that the person had like multiple wives out there and children that you did not even know of.
Yeah.
So sometimes you do know. A lot
Yeah.
of times you do, but there's sometimes where you don't.
I
And those
think-
are special circumstances.
Special circumstance. Because I think some of those times that people don't know for real, they're a little bit probably just blinded by love, because
Not necessarily.
not necessarily, but I think in some situations, because
Some situations, yeah.
you know, when I've heard certain situations, whether I've seen it on a reality show or heard from my friend talking or something like that, those are situations where it's like, wait a second, ABC happened and you didn't do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
you when someone's on the outside looking in, you're like, how come you didn't see that?
Well, I don't know, but all I know, there are times where people live with people for 20, 30 years
Yeah.
and don't even know who they're laying in bed with.
Yeah. 100%.
You know what I mean?
It's happened a lot.
It happens. It happens
Yeah.
all the time. This is life, right? Look at all these crime films and crime movies and all these documentaries.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are laying it with killers and serial rapists and child molesters, and you never thought that would be your husband or that would be your wife.
Yeah.
And it really hurts because they live double lives.
Yeah. There was that one movie. I forget the name of the movie. When I get it, I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll give you a call and tell you.
Yeah.
And it was based on a true story. This guy had his wife and kids at home, and actually kidnapped a girl.
Yeah, and had her in the basement, right?
Had her in the basement.
Oh,
You
there's several-
remember that
There are a
movie?
few of those. That's not
For
just a one-off.
20 years.
Yes. Are those the ones that got rescued?
Yes, they were one. Well, with that one specific one, that movie, she escaped
And this is based on a true story, right?
based on
Yeah.
a true
Mhm.
story, and had kids with
Yes,
them. Actually,
yes.
no, sorry. You know what? This is even worse. It wasn't a girl. It was actually his daughter. That's how sick it was.
That's I don't know about that one. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
Hold on a second. He kidnapped his own daughter.
yeah.
So what? They were looking for the daughter. There's Amber Alerts. There was
yeah.
poster signs
Yes.
all over the world. But
While he
meanwhile,
had her in
he
the
had her in the
basement
basement. What
as-
kind of nonsense is that?
It was it was super, super like sick,
That's crazy.
like unbelievably sick. I couldn't even believe that was a true story.
Wow,
Yeah.
man.
But you know, it's to see some signs. You're right. When there's, you know, when you're in a relationship and a situation, sometimes you're with someone the whole time and don't know.
you just
who
don't know because they're very good
they
at covering
are.
their tracks.
Yeah,
And if you live in a double life, when you live a double life as a professional,
yeah.
you live a double life.
That's funny. As a professional,
Yeah, just
yes,
think
some
about it,
people
man.
are professional at it.
That's
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah,
That's what that's what they do. So you'll never find out or even have the faintest clue, right?
Yep.
So, but yeah, people can heal, people can recover. Now, here's the thing: you can recover, but when it comes to females, for example, you will never forget.
You're right.
Now, I forgive you, but I can't forget.
Yeah,
Then it becomes a problem if every time you argue, they bring it up.
They bring it up.
Every time there's something tense, they bring up that situation.
Yeah.
Then there's never, because if you can't let go of something, then you will never be able to see the future.
Yeah. Now, you know what? You have a point. Good, very good point there. Now, in some situations, even if they try to really put it on the back burner or in the back of their minds and not bring it up, but there's certain situations, for example, when they caught their significant other cheating, it was when they said, I'm working late. Right? So now moving forward.
Exactly.
Every time they hear, oh, you know what, I'm staying late.
It's a trigger.
For real.
It's a trigger. But
it's going to be a trigger.
Yeah, because they're thinking, yeah, right? You know, and
exactly.
the insecurity comes in. Yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate. Like, people get cheated on. There are people that have actually like worked out their relationships and they're able to adapt. And everything's all about time.
Yeah.
Time is everything. Time heals almost a lot of things. You know what I mean? So if you got cheated on like 10 years ago, even though you're with the person and sometimes you can have like, you know, the memories of that, it's not as hurtful as when it happened in the first month or two or even 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So the time also helps make things happen. But there's some people that are scorned and they're scorned for life. Yeah. Like they don't care. They're just going to, every time they keep bickering and they don't want to leave. Yeah. But then their goal is to make you regret it for the rest of your life.
Right.
You know?
That becomes toxic.
It becomes toxic, but it becomes toxic for a particular good reason.
Yeah.
You messed up.
Yeah.
You messed up. Why did you mess up? And I hate when people cheat and they say, oh, I apologize. I'm sorry. It was a mistake. How is it a mistake when you guys engaged in a convo? How was it a mistake when you got to the spot and you took your pants down? Yeah. How was it a mistake when you actually went ahead and inserted into slot A or slot B? Yeah. How is that a mistake? Yeah. People apologize and say they make mistakes most of the time when they get caught. Yeah. I've never seen anybody without getting caught to say, you know what, honey, I just got to tell you something, babe. Everything's going well, but I made a mistake. Yeah. That rarely happens. Yeah. It's just a line that people use. Yeah. They made a mistake, and that bothers me.
Yeah. They sum up the whole thing, like you said, in one, because all those reasons, was it a mistake that on the phone call? There's a mistake when you guys met up. It's a mistake when you know what I mean? So they ball all those reasonings up into one big mistake.
You made a mistake. Sorry, you didn't make a mistake. You're sorry because you got caught. Yeah. That's about it.
Now, I think there's levels to cheating.
There are different levels to cheating. We've talked about that in a couple of other episodes. There's so many levels of cheating, right? Yeah.
So that I think for me, that would either help me recover or not recover. You know what I mean? And I know which one it is, right? When it happens, depending on the specific type of cheating that happens.
Got you.
Now, I think I may be sounding a little biased.
Okay.
And yeah, we talked about it before. But I think women's feelings are more involved than a guy's feelings.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So
unless a guy is a girl now. Like, and what I mean by that, I don't mean like literally switching your gender. I mean, you have feminine traits. Yeah. You're very soft and very sensitive. Like, you know, like biologically, like women biologically, right? Where you hold on to things and you pretty much have, you know, female emotional tendencies. Yeah. That's the only time I can see a man really going too deep into his feelings like a female would. Yeah. You know, so not about gender switching. So don't get it misconstrued. You already know.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. But I know. I think you have to know yourself. You have to know yourself because you don't want to be put in a situation that you're going to now turn that relationship into a toxic relationship.
But here's the thing. Sometimes you know yourself. Yeah. But when something hurtful happens to you, you change. Yeah. So you can know yourself all you want, but when somebody hurts you, when somebody hurts you and breaks you, breaks your heart, you might never be the same.
Right. So that's what I'm talking about. After the cheating, that you know yourself, you know that you've been hurt so bad, like don't stay in that situation.
But you know some people just can't leave.
Just can't leave.
Some people just can't leave. You know, there are really people in relationships that really think that that's all they got, that they can never do better. Yeah. And they stay. And
some real beautiful people too. Like I've seen beautiful girls stay in like the worst of situations.
And guys, dude, like
Yeah.
it always goes both ways.
Yeah.
Like, especially dudes,
Yeah.
there are guys out there that they think they have like the hottest chick in the world. And they just can't leave that girl because, that's the best thing he's ever had.
They happen to get someone that's typically out their league.
Out their league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's in their eyes, right?
Yeah.
Because for me, physical attributes are a great thing, obviously. But after the physical, what happens to the rest? You know what I mean? Just because you're pretty doesn't mean you could shit on me, treat me like shit, cheat on me, just because you look good.
Yeah.
Go to hell. That's me. You know what I mean? I'm
That's
dipping.
me too.
I'm leaving.
I don't care. Yeah.
But some people don't do that. You know what I mean? They stay, and there are a lot of sad people
They'll take that
on
abuse.
earth. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll take that abuse, you know what I mean? And they'll even get cheated on multiple times.
Yeah.
How many girlfriends that I know they tell me stories.
I was that guy.
Man.
I was that sensitive guy that you stated, because I got cheated on multiple times by one person.
So you were like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that, but
no, that's my earlier days. No shame in my game, man. I grew from that.
I'm just playing. Yeah, I'm just playing. But yeah, no, honestly, some people really like, and there's some people that really love that person.
Yeah.
They really love them, like love them to death.
Yeah.
And, they're willing to forgive them.
Right.
But then when you become a repetitive cheater, then you got to say, you know what, man, rather than making this guy emotionally drain me, ruin my self-esteem, kill my liveliness. Yeah. Just, you got to make that move.
Yeah. Do you think there's a fine line though? Because, some people that stay in that situation think they're, they kind of balance it out. So when that happens, they kind of balance out that, okay, you know what? Everything else is so good. Like when they're on, like, that he's a family man, he's this, he's that, and they do everything together, and whatnot. And then that one thing happened. So that, like, they say, okay, you know what? Let me forgive him for that because everything else is good. Do you think that's a fine line why people will stay?
Yeah. If you recall, I just said that a few moments ago. I said, because they're not willing to break up their relationship. Yeah. So they're willing to tough it out.
Yeah.
And
because everything is
for those particular reasons.
All the other reasons are good.
And then if they but when your significant other becomes a repetitive cheater, that is when you really got to think that, you know what, is it worth it? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you're worthy of, like, self-worth. You are worthy. Value yourself. Yeah. Have respect for yourself. Who wants to be in a relationship? Which guy or which woman wants to be in a relationship where you're putting your heart out to somebody and the person is breaking it over and over and over and over again? Yeah. You're just going to become an invalid. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's listen, for the people that got cheated on, man, I wish you guys the best. And well, I hope that you guys have actually come to a healing spot in your life, because nobody wants to get their heart breaking, man, or broken. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's an awful thing. Yeah. Like I said, only God knows, but I don't think I've been cheated on. Yeah. But I know what it is to break up with somebody that I care about, but I had to make that decision, or we both had to make that decision, and it hurts. Yeah. You know what I mean? It hurts. So I can only imagine the people that literally got cheated on. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have kids, you have a family, you think your husband or you think your wife is the best. And even you, like you said, I can only imagine, and I'm not going to be here saying I don't know how that feels, but I can only imagine. Yeah. It hurts. I know. Man, when that happened, now it hurts, but because I've already experienced that on such a high level. Yeah. That, like, now you'll know how to take it a little bit better. Yeah, I could take it and move on, even though I might hurt inside. Of course, but it's not not like before. For sure, like I'm built for that now. Yeah, no, for sure. Because even with me, like, I've only in my lifetime, I've only had a breakup twice. Right. Once when I was in high school, right. Like grade 9. The puppy love there. Yeah, the puppy love, and another one in my senior high school days. Right. And those hurt. Yeah. Don't want to eat, walking around telling all my friends, I don't want to do nothing, staying in bed. Yeah. My stomach is turning.
Yeah.
I'm dreaming.
And it's hard to picture you like that.
I know, right?
You are a G. You are
Hey,
a
man.
man that can throw them hands.
Nah,
I know,
nah,
man.
nah.
So-
No, you give me too much credit, man. So no, but listen, like, so when you've gone through that, if I was to break up again now, it won't, like you said, and like just to add on to what you're saying, it would not hurt me as much because I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
Even though every hurt is different,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, I can't breathe, I can't sleep, oh my, I can't eat. What food did you make? Oh, I don't want it. Like, that's not happening again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
I don't want it.
Because I've been there, done that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, people can recover from people that have broken their hearts, by cheating on their partners. But it's time has to be an important factor.
Yep.
Because time
heals.
help eases the pain.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
That
Time
makes perfect sense.
heals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? There's so many different scenarios. If you get cheated on, evaluate the situation.
Yeah.
If it's your first time, it's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt. Yeah.
But, evaluate the situation and know if that's something that, if you stay in, there might be some issues with it coming up again.
Yeah. And sometimes these things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Because people that have been cheating on, they break up, they move on, and they become they become a better person that they've ever been.
A better version of themselves.
That's a perfect. Well said. A better version of themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. They see it. They see
it.
Yeah.
And there are some people that are just okay with being content.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that one.
So sometimes it's a blessing in disguise.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
Because it opens up that person and they're better after that.
Of course.
Yeah.
And they know how to move and stuff. So, you know, like another thing too, like this world is now everything's sex. Sex is everywhere.
Yeah.
It's easy to cheat now, have affairs. So, for people going to look for cheating traits or cheating clues and signs, sometimes you may even bump into something that's not even a big deal, but you make a big deal out of it.
Make a big deal.
Just try your best to not go looking for something that you don't want to see.
Exactly.
If it comes out, it comes out. If it doesn't, keep it moving. As long as your partner, whether it's a male or female, as long as your partner treats you the same, nothing changes with how you interact on a physical aspect, going out together, dining, whining, best friends or not best friends, and also in bed.
Yeah.
If your partner is like, not tonight, honey, I'm tired, and she's tired for 3 months.
Oh my God. Tired for 3 months.
Hey,
oh my God.
There are females laughing at this right now because
if that's not a sign for you that you have the issue, man, you should be cheated on. Seriously.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes when people have affairs, the chemistry changes in a bedroom.
Yeah.
You just got to look for those particular signs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes your significant other could be doing excellent moves that they've never done with you before. Sometimes you got to also...
They're pulling out the new moves.
Yeah, the new moves. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we've all been there.
Yep.
So, I mean...
I'm not even going to say nothing about that.
It is what it is, right? So,
man,
cheating is inevitable as humans in a whole.
Yeah.
So people are always going to cheat.
Yeah.
Which is why we also talked about, is monogamy normal? People always have urges. Some people don't have that discipline, so they have to release their urges with other partners or other species, human species that they feel connected with, right? But if you get hurt, try your best to get help in terms of getting the healing that you need in order to move on and be a bigger and better version of yourself.
Yeah. Perfectly said.
Yes, sir.
And going back real quick before we wrap up, one of my good friends, like you said, like if someone's looking, you're going to find something.
You're going to definitely find something.
That might not be anything.
Exactly.
One of my good friends always said, if you look for a booger, you'll find a booger.
You'll find a booger. You'll find a booger that has blood in it.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Don't overwork yourself.
Yes. So don't overlook. If it happens to you, please just reevaluate, evaluate the situation, what it is, and know whatever decision you make, that it's going to be the best one for you to move on from that situation.
And remember, if somebody cheats on you, that means they don't value you that much. And there's always somebody out there that's going to treat you better and value you more than you've ever imagined.
Yeah, perfectly said. Thanks for that. Thank you guys for tuning in. We had a good time as usual.
Definitely, always.
Yes, remember to check us out on Instagram, _talk_exchange. Check us out on YouTube and here on Spotify. Check us out each week. You know what it is. Thank you for tuning in, Francis.
Yep. We're in the building. Now we're about to take off.
There you go. Have a good one.
All right,
Peace.
guys. Peace.